It's time for the MD and Chef Team Show.
Let's go!
The content in this show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended for medical advice. It does not take the place of medical advice or treatment from a physician or health professional. Listeners and viewers should consult their own doctor or a qualified healthcare professional for specific health and wellness concerns and questions. And now, let's start the MD and Chef Team Show.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Michael, nutritional chef and health coach, a doctor on a mission, and joined as always by my beautiful hottie bride. 45 years of being together.
And another 35 to go, right?
Many, many more to go.
Yeah.
Your doctor on a mission, our beautiful Isabel.
Thank you, babe. I love that introduction.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited about being here because we have got a show for you today. And look, we even dressed kind of in the same.
How did that happen?
Michael pulled out this shirt and I was like, oh yeah.
I like that color.
I've got a pink blazer that would go with that. So
Yeah.
we're kind of matching today. We're always pretty much matching.
It seems to always happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. By osmosis, I'll pull out something green. You'll pull out something green.
Or orange.
Or orange.
To just kind of blend in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
We hope you all are doing very well and excited about your life. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We know that time is valuable. It's your number one asset. So we will definitely fill you up with some goodness today.
Yes, thank you for joining us today. Now, do know, yes, we are live. This is not recorded unless you're watching it on replay, of course. So if you do happen to watch us on replay, give us a hashtag replay in the comments because we are live. And so if you want to put comments in today, comments, suggestions, questions, whatever you're feeling like, even maybe where you're watching this or where you're from, please go ahead and put that in. And we do reply to comments as we go along in the show. And if we see it after you watched her in the replay, yeah, we'll get back with you.
Yeah, right.
That's just the way we roll.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't know anything about us or you've never been on the MD and Chef Team show, my dear, do you want to share a little bit about what they can expect with the MD and Chef Team show?
Absolutely. So this is your space if you're interested in the three things that we focus on today. Number one is, after being a medical doctor and seeing over 500,000 patients face to face, I have come to understand that healthcare does not begin in a doctor's office. It's crazy for us to think that. Healthcare actually begins in your home. That's why we're here, in your home or the car, wherever you are. Number two is, we've been together for 45 years. Has it been fun? Yes. Has it been hard? Yes. Has it been wild? Yes. Has it been crazy town? Yes. And we're still here and we're so excited about moving forward and we're just here to help you. I don't know, just kind of smooth it out so you can learn from our mistakes because we'd love for you to save time and a lot of pain from our growth spurts.
And hopefully pick up some tips along the way.
Yeah. And then number three is giving you hope. Now, we follow Jesus Christ. We look at him, we follow him, and he brings us so much peace. So we bring you that because, oh my gosh, the world is so lost, and Jesus shows us the way.
Yeah.
So those are the three things. And if that's for you, then we're here for you. But if not, that's okay. You know, it's not for everybody.
Yeah. Well, so we're going to do coaching, we're going to do relationships, and we're going to do inspiration.
And what's our talk about today?
So today...
What's our big topic from the beginning today?
So today, we're going to be talking about what we call the season of anticipation. And this is about embracing change to becoming the best you possible, what you are meant to be. And in this season of anticipation, as we get into it, we'll talk about what it's all about, what's the importance of it, and some tips to hopefully get you through it if you're in that season of anticipation a lot smoother, shall I say.
Are you talking to us too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
as
know.
we've learned a lot in this season of anticipation.
Yes.
So what is the season of anticipation? It's that time where this could be anywhere, and we'll talk a little mostly about health today, but this could be a financial goal, a relationship goal, some kind of a goal around life. It could be a health goal that you've set out, you've got started, you've got a goal down here on this end, and now we're going, now we're in movement. And oh yes, that wonderful time at the beginning where now we've set the goal, we're in movement, maybe we're getting some coaching or you've learned some things you want to put into practice. You start developing some habits. Oh, it's the exciting time at the beginning.
Excitement is the word, right?
It's exciting. Yeah. It's almost fun. And it's thrilling. And it's like, yes, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. And then on the other end is that goal. It's what that success looks like. And you've got that picture in the mind. You're framing that. You're thinking, yes, this is where it's going to go.
This is what we're going to have. This is what we're going to have.
This is where it's going. This is who I'm going to become. And then somewhere along that initial part becomes this, what we call the season of anticipation, where yes, we're anticipating to get there, but it starts to become a little tougher, a little rougher. We might start to feel like it's drudgery. We might start to feel a lot of uncomfortable. We might start to hit a wall even, where maybe we've started to get some success. And now that success is kind of waning a little bit on that path of getting to where we want to go. And that's that season of anticipation in the middle. Here's the exciting part about today, is understanding that season of anticipation, that part in the middle, that messy part, which is the most difficult part, is the most important part. Because that's how we become who we need to be to get to that success that we're looking to achieve. This is the part now where the change is happening. It's us as any individual, no matter what we're looking to achieve. Because here's the thing, and I guess a lot of times we don't think about it, maybe we're not even taught this, that when we've set those goals to achieve something and become something,
watch out,
whatever area it is, understand that if we already knew how to do it and we were already the person mentally, physically, brain health wise, our thinking and our thoughts, if we're already the person that knew how to do it, well, we'd be there. It's the logic of it.
Yeah, of course you would.
We'd already be there.
Right.
So now as we go through that season, we have to understand, oh, okay, I guess there's changes that need to happen. I guess there's habits that need to happen. There's a lot that's going to be going on here. And so that's why this area, this season of anticipation, we want to reframe this today. We're going to be talking about reframing this season to understand that this is important. This is it's really, when we reframe it, to understand that this is the most exciting times of our lives when we're in the season of anticipation. We're going to reframe it from thinking like, oh man, I can't believe I'm not there yet. Oh man, I'm frustrated. We're going to reframe that into
that's what we do.
That's what we do as humans.
Yeah.
And we're going to reframe that thought process into, yes, this is exciting. This is wonderful. This is the most amazing time. Yes? Thoughts?
Is that a pause?
That's a pause.
I got a pause.
That's a pause. That's a pause. That's a boom, jump in.
I can jump in. The best example I can give is being in the gym and building muscle and lifting that weight and getting it stronger and stronger. I know from focusing on getting muscle that keeping muscle and keeping it strong and toned is really hard work. And there's a lot of times when I'm in the gym doing, or at home, because we've got our gym here in the home, doing it, I want to just give up. I do. But then I always know, but wait, I'm doing this for a reason. So building muscle in anything in life is hard. The muscle of growth, the muscle of your thighs, your arms.
Brain health,
Your
muscle.
brain muscle it's work. It is work, but the result is fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
And I know you're going to talk about the middle part where people usually give up, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's that season of anticipation that we are in that middle part. I do want to share some personal story. I don't know what you have lined up, if there's any
I
personal
have nothing.
story. Okay.
I'm free-flowing.
You're
on
free
this
flowing.
one.
Well,
I did not read your notes, just so you know, because I didn't want to steal anything
Okay.
by accident.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But maybe something will come to you.
I'm
along the way.
sure it will.
This is a little personal story from me, and this is really relevant in today's times because when you're watching this video, over the last probably 2 weeks, one of the biggest stories out there in news, social media, wherever you may be, is Sydney Sweeney and the jeans ad, and everybody's talking, and all this stuff now. People are talking about, oh, what jeans are you, and then this type of thing, and it's a play on words, of course, with the jeans. But I do want to say, for probably about the last 10 years, I have been saying, what jeans are you wearing? And I've done some podcasts and some other stories about that in the past. But when I'm talking about what jeans are you wearing, I'm not talking about the Jeans jeans, like Levi's jeans or something like that. I'm talking about jeans like Genes, and what jeans are you wearing? And the reason why...
Your DNA genes.
Your DNA genes.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring that up is, for me, in my family tree, people did not live long, happy, vibrant lives. There's a lot of chronic illnesses, a lot of chronic disease, people dying young, my parents dying young, a lot of family members dying young, what I consider young, and a lot of people basically living the last 20-25% of their lives just very chronically ill.
Waiting to die.
Waiting to die.
Yeah.
And so in my family tree, there wasn't, I guess you would say, good genes as far as health goes. Now, what I started to understand when I had hit a point where I could see this happening to me, as I started to research to understand that, okay, that's not a death sentence. I've got the opportunity through my season of anticipation, the goals that I set, to have those genes either be, shall I say, turned on or turned off. I'm either going to suppress them or I'm going to allow them to take me over.
I love that. You're either going to suppress them. No, I'm not expressing my type 2 diabetes gene, or yes, I'm going to express my type 2 diabetes gene.
Suppress or express those genes,
Yeah.
because we can control that because of our lifestyle habits.
We can. And that's the good news.
It is fantastic news.
It's good news. You don't have to be sick for the rest of your life like everybody else is.
So in saying that, if there is chronic disease in your family gene tree, you don't need to go down that track. You decide what genes are you going to wear, your DNA genes. What are you going to wear? Meaning that,
What are you going to express?
What are you going to express?
Right.
They might be there, but that doesn't mean that they need to be expressed by your daily habits. You can change that. So for me...
And I just wanted to add, I'm Hispanic. I've got the Hispanic gene, and we all have type 2 diabetes in our genes, but I am not expressing it. I started to express it, and I saw it on a blood test, and I was like, oh, that's pre-diabetes. Nope, I'm not going there. And same with you. You started to express it, and you were like, nope, I'm stopping this.
Yeah.
And we stopped it together.
Yes, we
High
did.
five.
Boom!
Boom.
So why do I bring this up
Stop being so happy.
in the season of anticipation talk? Because Okay, so first thing I did was understand where I was heading, decided not to wear those jeans, and express those jeans, and I set some goals, health goals. Got started. In the process, I can tell you, um, it wasn't a success. Boom, look at me, I'm off, I'm going, and I'm succeeding, just bam. Up, down, fall. I mean, when I first started out, I might do 3 or 4 days of being on the good quality health habits that I needed to have, and then 3 or 4 days falling off. And so it was an up, down, roller coaster ride until I really got rolling, until understanding and just making, finally moving through that season of anticipation where I moved through the drudgery, I moved through the changes, I moved through the frustration to a point where I changed my mindset to be like, oh, I don't like that I have to have some kind of fitness. Oh, I don't like I have to have more movement. Oh, I don't like that I can't eat that. I can't eat this. There were so many things I could eat. I had to change my mindset about the changes that I was going through to like, hey, this is exciting because look where I'm going. I'm saving my life here.
And we had daughters.
And changing the destiny of my family.
Right. And we would look at our daughters and go, we're doing it for them too, because we don't want them taking care of us because we've had a heart attack or a stroke or we're blind. Right. Like, hey, what's up with that?
Right, exactly.
So we had it right in front of our faces.
Yes.
Our goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was there.
Was that part of your notes?
But yeah, it could be, maybe
Okay.
not. I don't know. You just go. Go. And so myself moving through that season of anticipation where the biggie for me was to change my mindset about how I thought about it for where I was going, but also through that process of, it was somewhere, it was a few years. In that process, it was about who I was becoming mentally as far as my brain health, my mental health, my thoughts about myself, the world, about health, the way I interacted with so many different things, and getting my physical health, my brain health, getting everything working more optimally. And that season of anticipation changed me dramatically as who I was, as Michael the human being, as Michael the husband, as Michael the father, and Michael generally in society. And so that season, when I look back on it, and I'm still in that season, I guess you would say, because always striving, to just go a little bit more, be a little better in health, and try a couple new habits that maybe will really work well, it's an exciting time. It's an important time. It's beautiful when you get that mindset. Yeah.
I'm grateful you did it. I'm so grateful because as a doctor, I knew where you were going. I knew where we were both going.
Yeah.
And it wasn't pretty.
So I want to bring up a couple points again as we talk about this, why this season of anticipation really matters so much. It's challenging our mindsets, because when we're in this season, it's going to challenge us about what we think, really about whatever the goal is. Maybe it's financial goals that you're looking to achieve, but it's going to challenge your mindsets around finances. Maybe it's around health. It's going to challenge your mindsets around your own personal health and health in general. Maybe it's about certain relationships that you've set some goals for. This season is going to challenge your mindset, your thoughts around that relationship that you're working on. Your habits are going to be tested. You're going to be reworking and rewiring what your habits are. Because again, if we just continue to do the same thing as we've done before, well, then we're just going to get what we got before. So when we decide to make some changes and set some new goals, there's going to be some habits that need to change. This is where I know for me, discipline in life was built for me. I can honestly say before this time, I didn't have any discipline around daily habits, and for me, I was working on health. I didn't have any discipline on my habits of daily health. Let's say if it was some fitness. Yeah, I'd done fitness, gym things before that. But there wasn't any discipline on it. I might go 2 days in a row, and then I might skip 2 weeks, and then maybe I'll go a day or 2 or 3, and then I wouldn't go back for another week or 2 or something. There was no good, solid routine discipline in what I was doing. So during this time of the season of anticipation is when I really developed the discipline of the habits that I needed to achieve. And then what's really cool is I changed the identity of who I was and who I thought about myself. Because leading into this, I wasn't feeling good about myself. My self-confidence was not good. There was just a lot of bad thoughts. And I don't mean bad like, harming to myself or other people. I just mean bad self-conscious thoughts about, can I achieve, or can I have better health? Can I achieve financially? Can I achieve my relationships? Can I be a good dad? Can I be a good husband? Can I be a good all these different things where the thoughts weren't good. And so through this season,
They weren't productive.
They weren't productive.
They
Good,
weren't
right.
growing you. They were tearing you down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we really do have to look at our thoughts, because we're in control of our thinking.
Yes. Yes.
That was a new one for us in our 40s and 50s.
Yeah. Yeah.
And continues for life,
Yes.
is looking at our
Yes.
thoughts. Yeah?
Very true.
Yeah.
I love it. So this season, that's why it's so important. So why do I say why it's so important? Because if you are someone who's in that season where you're just feeling, the purpose of today's coaching discussion is if you are someone who's in that season of anticipation, where you're in that season of you've set some goal in whatever area of life and you started out, and right now you are just in this frustration, hitting the wall type season, the biggie is reframing to understand how important this is to go through this, because this is going to launch you into your next stages of life and your next stages of goals, or whatever you're looking to set. It is so, so important to do this.
Because we're all wired to want more and better. That's just how God has wired us. And when you're not reaching for a better life, a better you feel stuck and you feel not right. Your spirit knows this isn't right. So this is a great place to begin saying, okay, this is who I'm going to become, and it's going to take some time, and I'm going to put in the effort. And if you've got to make the decision every single day, I'm sticking to this, then make the decision. Or if you're the type of person that says, I'm doing this, and you only make it that one decision once, and then you just go for it until you reach that goal, well, then just do it. Just do what you got to do to take care of yourself and help you reach that place that you want to go to, that you know on the inside that you were meant to be that person. And don't look around at everybody else, because you don't want to be like everybody else out there, especially in the health world. Yeah, just be you. Like my pastor, Panya, said, Isabel, you do you, because there's nobody else that can do you. And if you've got a picture in your mind of who you want to be, go for it. Day after day after day until you get there. Like Michael and I have a 3-year goal right now. Like where we're going to be, we started it in July 15th of 2025, of where we want to be financially by 2025. By 2028, July 15th, 2028. And so what we've done is we each have a journal, and we ask ourselves, what 5 things can we do today to help us get there? And so we do those 5 things.
Yeah.
Are you doing your 5 things?
Yeah.
I'm doing my 5 things.
Yeah.
And you know what you need to do to get yourself there. And so do that. Get a vision of who you want to be at a certain time. And every day write down 5 things that are going to help you get there. And if those 5 things are the same every day, day in and day out, because they are a lot for me, at least the first 3 are for me, then just that's your 5 things that you need to be doing. It's important to get into the rhythm of your brain and your mind and your spirit, knowing I'm doing this because I'm walking towards something.
Well said.
Because I'm living it, that's for sure.
In a moment, I'm going to get some tips on how to navigate this season of anticipation. Before I do that, I just want to say, like, for myself, working through that process, there was a lot of times where I made good progress and then I'd fall back, and I made good progress and I fall back. Okay, that's part of it. This is not a linear thing. When we probably pretty much all understand it, we set a goal, and the goal's out here. It's not just a linear, like, straight line right to the top. There's going to be ups and downs. It's like a squiggly line, like a roller coaster whenever we're trying to get somewhere.
Right.
And a great analogy is, and I heard this recently, was, and you might know this guy, you might not, but most famous basketballer of all time, Michael Jordan. You would call him the best there ever was, and maybe the best there ever will be, because you can debate that yourself. However, he played for 15 seasons. And in those 15 seasons, he won 6 championships. Now, that means 9 years he didn't win a championship. So in between the years that he won the championship, I would consider those seasons of anticipation, because when he won the championship and then down here somewhere he won again, or maybe they were back-to-back, but still there's, gaps in there because he didn't win every year. There's 9 years he didn't. That's a season of anticipation. It wasn't a season of failure. Like, he didn't win, didn't fail. It was just like reset, go again. What's happened? Why did I not get there this year? And then go again. And so just because if you're in a season of anticipation right now, maybe feeling frustrated and that, I'll talk about some things to help you out. But don't think you're a failure. Don't just stop and think you're a failure, because it will go up and down. You will fall back. It's just the way it is. But then again, when you pick yourself up and go, that's the most important part of this season, is to understand that this is a season of growth and change and becoming who you can be. So this is how to navigate this season, is about your shift in your mindset. And I talked about this early, shifting your mindset from when you feel frustrated, when you do hit a wall, when you're just feeling like this is drudgery and I just don't know if I can go again. It's shifting that mindset to know that I am becoming who I need to be to succeed in this goal, whatever it may be. Right now, I'm in the process of being who I need to become to achieve this goal. And that's the most important part of the whole process.
The becoming.
The becoming. It's
so
not
that you
actually
can
the
have.
goal. It's exciting when you get to the goal.
Yeah.
But the most exciting part is who you have become to reach that goal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part. So that's that switching of the mindset, is you're not stuck, you're becoming. So think of that phrase. If you are in a season of anticipation right now, and that messy middle part, and it's just, it's not going the way you want, just understand you're not stuck, you're becoming who you need to be. Remember to embrace the small wins. I talk to this a lot of times about clients that we're working with on coaching, because we've been taught in society that we expect to boom, just go. Hey, I'll just use diabetes. I'm reversing my type 2 diabetes, and it's been a week, it hasn't reversed.
Ha!
Well, no, but let's look at the small wins. Let's look at the wins you've had over the last week. And when we look at it might just be changing a little bit about your nutritional panel, the way you eat. It might be changing your hydration habits. It might be changing a little bit of your fitness. It might be changing a little of your sleep. It could be changing just these small little 1% moves. That's all just little steps, because you know what? When we just take, in any area of life, in the season of anticipation, we take one little step, and then there's another little, and another little. If you actually just stop and look and go, how did I get way up here? Well, there's just a bunch of little steps along the way that's taking you there. So embrace every little win along the way, no matter how little it is. Embrace those wins. Expect resistance. It's going to happen. Life's going to come at you. I'll change it up. We're talking about mostly health, but let's say you've set some financial goals. Let's just say you've decided to change how your life is going financially, career-wise, and you've set some new goals in this area. And you're in that area of, okay, you're making some changes, you're doing some things. Well, I'm sorry to say, it's just life, but guess what's going to happen? Something's going to come at you. Some crazy financial thing's going to come sideways and be like, oh yeah? Well, let's see how you handle this. It's going to happen. No matter what goals you're setting, life's going to come in with challenges from all over the place. So expect resistance and then work with it. Because this is the cool part again, is when that resistance comes at you in the season of anticipation, this is, and I know this is one of the things that really helped me out. When resistance comes at me in any time when we've set goals and we're looking to move forward and the stuff of life comes and hits us, I get excited because I know right now I am being tested. Right now, this is testing me to get to my goal. Right now, this is strengthening my mental fortitude. This is strengthening my mental discipline. This is strengthening me to get me to where I want to go. Because if it's just a nice little easy ride to set a goal and to get there, and it's like, oh, well, this was easy, that was easily done, it probably wasn't that great of a goal, to be honest with you. I mean, if it's something that's going to stretch you, then it's going to need to stretch us and stuff's going to come at us. So expect resistance and know that when that resistance comes, then you work with it and just know that this is the exciting part about how you're being tested and how you handle it. And hey, if you fall down, okay, whoa, I didn't do so good handling that. Well, then I'll get back up and work on that. It's going to be really working on the mental side of any kind of goal setting.
It's 99.99% mental, hon.
Yeah.
It really is.
So you got to step out, and then it's going to be the mental part of going through anything.
Yeah, and learn to speak nicely and encouraging to yourself.
So final encouragement about the season of anticipation.
Because wait, there's more.
This season that you may be in right now personally, it can feel heavy. It can feel burdensome. It can feel like I'm just banging my head against the wall. But just know that this is the birthplace. This is the most important part of your future self, or where you're going with whatever goal you may have set in what area of life. No matter what you learn in this season for the rest of your life is going to carry you so much further in the things you achieve in life. So embrace it, shift your mindset, have fun with it, have a laugh. Even when it smacks you up the side of the head, just have a laugh and say, okay, I know you're testing me. I'm gonna embrace this, and I'm gonna move forward with discipline, with clarity, with focus, because I can achieve, and I'm really looking to make that happen.
And with joy.
And with joy.
And with joy.
And with joy, with a smile on my face.
Because we're living, we're alive. This happens to people that are alive and striving, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Good.
Any other final thoughts?
No,
for you,
that was very good. That was really good.
If that resonates with you, and right now that maybe you're in that season of anticipation and you feel like you possibly might need some extra help, some extra coaching, some one-on-one coaching, just reach out to us here at a Doctor on a Mission, because we can help you out in that area. Just going over to doctoronamission.com, you can book in for a consultation. Isabel and I can help you in this area of the season of anticipation, because being together for 45 years and us personally going through so many different challenges, we get what it takes to go through this season successfully. Not that we always are, but we've learned how to mentally navigate the season of anticipation. So if you're someone that says, I need some help, I need some coaching to go through my season, then feel free to reach out to us at doctoronamission.com or info@doctoronamission.com. And feel free to drop in some comments if you happen to watch this in replay or even later on. Let us know where you're at. Are you in a season of anticipation? Because we would love to hear from you if you are.
Okay.
All right.
Very good, Bev.
So now
We're going to do I'm calling this the connection tool for a happy marriage.
Oh, I like it. Connection for a happy marriage. So we're getting into the relationship chat.
Yes, we're in the relationship segment, okay? That
Sounds
was
good.
your commercial.
That was my commercial.
For promotion, and now we're in the next section. The connection tool for happy marriage. Okay, so I can only talk about our story because we've lived together during our story. And one day, Michael and I were walking on the beach because we love the beach.
Happy place.
It's our happy place. And Michael and I were practicing a video, the script, the copy for the video. And normally we just have like notes and we've got a couple of points, and then we just free lib it pretty much.
Yeah.
And I was bossy that day because I can be a bossy one. Yes, I can. But I've read a lot of books. Before I tell you this story, because it totally makes me look like a really bossy boss. I've read a lot of books and I'm a lot better now, as you will attest.
Yes.
But we were walking and Michael started doing his part and I was like, no, that's not how you do this. Do you remember these days?
I don't remember it specifically, but
because there's been so many.
Well, they kind of run together, but yeah.
Yeah. And so I started going in at him and stabbing him, and I'm so sorry.
Literally stabbing, not with a knife, but verbally stabbing.
Like, no, you need to lift up, your cadence needs to, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. So anyway, we separated on the walk. It was low tide. Michael went forward and I slowed down, and we were apart for maybe about 20, 30 minutes. And then he slowed down and I caught up to him. And then we decided that we were going to make this work. And so here's how we made this work.
Go ahead.
Okay. As Michael was talking about, whenever you start something, the first part is like, yes, this is going to be fun. I'm so excited. But then you get the middle, the struggle, and then you get the victory. And it's always in the struggle that you're like. And we wanted to start working together on Doctor on a Mission, doing the videos together. You were like, hey, I want to be part of this. And I was like, great. I need the help. I can't do this by myself.
But do it the way I want you to do it.
Yeah. I've read books. Anyway, the beginning of marriage, like I said, is fun. And it's lustful and it's new. And then the work begins. And so the middle part, the struggle part, is the commitment, the communication, the work, and the fun. Because you got to have fun. Right? You got to have fun, right, buddy?
Right. Yeah.
And so you got to make sure that you've got the fun part. So no two individuals are 100% compatible. We start out like this, and with time, slowly with time, you kind of cross. And then you retry again and you don't make it. But then after about 3 decades. Because I want people to know.
I know
it doesn't happen like that.
Some might happen sooner, but yeah.
Okay, maybe. But
yeah, it takes a while.
After about 3 decades, that's 30 years, you start, this is you and the other person. Because you've learned how to communicate. You've done the work in the middle. And the statistics show about divorce that 90% of people get married. And 50% of those people that got married divorce. So it's the middle part again. And we want to help you not be the 50% because it's just ugly.
That middle again, that messy
It's that middle part again.
Yeah, where the work really starts to come in. And
So just 3 things for the communication, for the connection tool for a happy marriage is 1, make a commitment, a 90-day commitment. We're into 90 days, Michael and I, all of a sudden, that because we know that it works. A 90-day commitment that you're going to make things work. You're going to figure out what the problem is and you're going to talk about it. So just 1, sign something that you're making a 90-day commitment. And then during the week, take down notes about things that irritate you about the other person or just annoy you or just throw you off. Don't tell them right there and then. That's not the time. Just write it down on a piece of paper. And then once a week, get together in a safe place after a beautiful meal. Like Michael is the best chef in the whole wide world. So he'll cook and then I'm an excellent cleaner-upper. I love cleaning up and putting things away and having a clean kitchen for my chef to create for the next meal. See, I've got
works pretty well.
Yeah. And then after that time, we'll sit down once a week and talk about what's on our list, and just let the other person know, hey, during this week, this is what was an issue. For me, something that I do remember Michael bringing up, and I have worked on it, and I'm getting better. I'm not 100% better, but we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. Is timing. My timing used to be off. I used to just go in for the kill when it happened. And now I know that I need to just pull back, calm down my emotions, because I just have a lot of emotions that I have to calm down. And then now I write it down, and then at the right time, we'll sit down and talk about it. And you'll find that list gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And when you do get together and talk about it, there's hardly anything on that list because you've cleared the air and you've worked it out.
And that's an interesting point because if maybe you decide to do this and you do a 90-day sprint on a relationship and you kind of write stuff during the week, and then when you come together, when it's time to discuss the things you've written down, I can guarantee you most of the things you've written down, I may be wrong, but I think usually most of the things you've written down, you're going to look at it and go, oh, I'm not even going to bother with that. That's just silly on my part. Because we're emotional beings, and at the time we get emotional about something, and if that's why it's so important to step back and not launch out, not react, be more of a responder where you step back away on things. And I know there's different programs out there where you count to 10 and things like that, but I'm just saying, I imagine if you wrote down those things that bother you during the week, you didn't bring them up, and you went to sit down and start talking about them, and you looked at them, I would say a majority of the things you wrote down, you're not even going to bring up because you're going to be, well, that's silly. I mean, I'm reading that back now, and I'm going, oh, why would I even get upset about that? That's just silly. And that's the way we operate as human beings.
Yeah.
That's why that's so important.
Yep.
To start learning that type of an exercise, because then you will, as Isabel talked about timing, but even you will learn how to become more of someone who responds to things and not reacts, because that's when we get ourselves in trouble. And this is any area of relationships, even if it's at your work, your career, your employment, anything. If you're reactionary, that's when you get yourself in trouble, and then you got to walk back your words, and you got to go around saying you're sorry all the time, and eventually people will be like, okay, look, watch out for this person. and you don't want to be that person.
You don't want to be that person.
Yeah, it's a great way.
You can course correct yourself.
Yeah, great way to learn how to be a responder, not a reactionary, by writing things down during the week and then look at them later on when you've calmed down and go like, oh, yeah, what was I thinking? Yeah.
Yeah, what were we thinking?
Exactly.
Okay, we're coming in for a landing. Don't unhook your seatbelts. We still have the inspiration section.
Oh, was that the
That was the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, before we do the inspiration, I said something that's been on my mind here a little bit. What I've noticed through our analytics is only about 70% of you that are watching the MD and Chef Team show on a regular basis aren't even subscribed to the show. Now, could you please do us a favor? If you're watching the MD and Chef Team show, you like it. I'm not saying if you don't like us, well, that's fine. But hey, if you like the show, just hit that subscribe button, and we'd love that. That way you know when we're coming up again. You know what's happening. That would really do us a favor. And again, if you feel that this is great for somebody else to watch this and maybe pick up some of these goodies we're sharing, then pass it on, share it, save it, subscribe it, give us a like. Because I can guarantee you, from our standpoint, every show, Isabel and I are talking about, okay, how do we add value? How do we add value? How can we serve the people? How can we be our best to serve you? So that would be your way. It doesn't cost anything. The free way for you to help out to make sure that the show continues to get out there to many, many people. Just hit that subscribe button, and we'd say thank you very much.
And share it too.
Yeah, why not?
Because why not help the world?
Yes. So
together.
What inspiration do you have for us today?
The topic of this inspiration segment is having faith. Now, look, healing requires caring for our mind, our body, and our spirit. We get that. And today we're just going to be focusing on caring for your spirit. And the reason I talk about this is because when we focus on taking care of our spirit, we have so much more peace. And our body loves peace. Mm-hmm. It helps with so many of our hormones. So you're getting like a double whammy when you are caring for your spirit. It's also going to be caring for your health, for your body. So I always like a story, and the story that I'm going to be talking about is in the Bible, the woman who suffered a 12-year-long vaginal bleeding episode. So as a doctor, I'm thinking, how could she have had 12 years of a vaginal bleeding episode? I'm thinking fibroid. A fibroid is a tumor inside of the womb that is well perfused with blood, and it just drips and drips and drips and drips. And she did everything she knew to do in her strength. She would go to the doctor. She went to several doctors, and the doctors couldn't help her. And I'm thinking, wow, could you imagine going to a doctor and spending everything? Yeah. And then back in those days, you were ostracized. You were a woman who bled was put aside. Like, something's the matter with you. You can't be out in public. So now she's alone. And now she's bleeding all the time. And when you bleed, you become anemic. And when you're anemic, you're pale, you're tired, you can't think straight, you're fainting, you're passing out. So she was having it rough, and she really, really wanted to get better. And then there's Jesus. Jesus is on his way, walking to this guy's house. I think it was a king's house or a ruler or somebody, but he was walking. And so he's walking down the street. Imagine this. Jesus is walking down the street, and on both sides, people start seeing, it's Jesus, and people start gathering, and they start following him. And now he's shoulder to shoulder with people. He's kind of like walking through a mosh pit. If you've ever been at a concert, we love the front row because we love to dance. But Jesus is like, whoa, there's so many people all over around me. Okay, so that's Jesus, and he's walking with a crowd around him, plus his disciples. And then there's this lady with a 12-year-long history of bleeding. And she had heard that Jesus was a healer. She just believed that Jesus was a healer. She thought, if I could just touch the hem of his clothing, I'll be healed. And so, remember, she's anemic. She's not walking around. She's crawling. This woman is crawling through the crowd. And she gets close to Jesus, and she touches the hem of his clothing. And instantly, because of her belief, she is healed. The bleeding stops. That's the woman. Then there's Jesus. And Jesus stops. And he's like, who just touched me? Power just left me. My power of healing just left me. And the disciples are like, what? What are you talking about? Jesus! We're like shoulder to shoulder.
There's people everywhere. Yeah, of course people touched you. Yeah,
we're in the mosh pit, guy. What are you talking about? And he's like, hey, I know when I have healed somebody, the power has left me. And he asked again, who just touched the hem of my cloth? And the lady on the floor was like, looked at him. She was afraid she was going to get into trouble. And she said, it was me. Because I knew that if I touched you, I believe that if I touched you, I would be healed. And Jesus said, your faith has restored your health. Go in peace and be permanently healed. And that's the power of faith. So, I always think faith. How do you describe faith? Isabel, how are you going to describe faith? Well, the best way I can describe faith is trusting God unconditionally. Without seeing anything, just trusting God completely that he's going to help you, that he's going to get you through something. Having faith is trusting God without anxiety. Having furnace faith, like you're in the heat of something, you're in the worst place that you could possibly be, but there's one that can heal you. Mm-hmm. That's having faith. Another way that I can explain faith is just having childlike faith. And childlike faith, look at the kids. Kids, parents, I'm speaking to parents right now. Your kids trust you. They don't question you. Well, okay, maybe after the age of 2. At a certain age, yeah, they do. But bottom line, they trust you. They trust that you're going to help them. You're going to love them. But they're not cynical. They're not saying, I don't believe you're going to do this. They just have childlike faith. So that's what Jesus is asking us to do, to be healed. Did you want to say something before?
Is there a pause?
There's a pause.
And that when you're talking childlike faith, it just made me think of, kids, maybe they're on a swing. And, if you've ever been a parent, this is something you always like to do. And the kids are on a swing and they get to the end and they kind of jump off and they jump off into your arms or something like that, and as a parent, and you're kind of like, okay, as it comes up, jump and I got you, jump and I'll grab you. And the kid's not like, oh, mom or dad, I don't trust you. I think you'll just let me drop and crash and break my neck. Mm-hmm. No, they go, yay, okay, great daddy, great mom. And they just jump and, hopefully you do well and you catch them. But that's childlike faith. They just have faith when you say you're going to do it, you're going to catch them, you're going to catch them. And they don't sit there going, well, gee, no, I think you're just going to drop me and I'm going to land on my head and crash and burn. So that childlike faith is so important. And yes, somewhere along life, when life hits us a lot, we start to wane on that childlike faith. But again, that's a great example of that childlike faith where there's a lot of, people say, well, I don't trust anybody or trust anything. Well, that's hard to live life that way. Eventually, trust needs to go somewhere. Now, I trust in Isabel as my wife 100%. However, she is a human being. So I know there'll be times where
I'll let you down.
She'll let me down.
Yeah.
I'll do the same to her because we're human beings. But I know that when I put my faith in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, that I just trust you, God. And for someone that truly believes that, the peace and joy that just washes over you. Like I know for us, and I know I'll talk personally, and I know Isabel can too, that so many times there's just stuff. And I'm not going to trust institutions. I'm not going to trust people. I'm not going to even maybe trust myself. But what I'm going to trust in is Jesus. And I just put my trust in him and say, Lord, I trust you in this situation. I 100% give this situation. I give it to your hands. It's in your hands. I give it to you. And all of a sudden, I just get washed over with this like peace and joy. Stress is released. Like, yes, I have to do the work. Faith without deeds is dead, meaning, yes, I can't just sit there then and go, okay, God, make it happen. No, I still have to do some kind of action steps moving forward.
Which is believing.
In the believing.
Yeah, which is a verb.
But we still have to do some kind of action steps moving forward. However, my trust and faith is given to Jesus, and he just washes over me with joy and peace, and that just releases all the stuff because it's hard without that.
And that's the medicine I bring to you, Michael and I bring to you, is we invite you, whatever has happened in your life, we invite you to come and trust Jesus. And all you got to do is trust him. And then after that, after you're like, okay, Jesus, I'm going to follow you, then just look at him every morning when you wake up and say, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to follow you. And he'll show you the way. And the way is, the best way is by reading the Bible, because those are, the New Testament is Jesus. So if you're looking for peace, if you're looking for something to trust in that will never, ever, ever let you down, then we invite you to follow Jesus, because I'm telling you, it's so much better.
And read his story.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Jesus rocks.
Yes.
Yeah. Even through the mosh pit, he knows when he's healing.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Oh, that wasn't, well, the producer just hit the wrong button. That was me. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today on the MD and Chef Team Show. I'm Chef Michael, nutritional chef and health coach at Doctor on a Mission, DoctorOnAMission.com. My beautiful wife, Isabel, Dr. Isabel, medical doctor, functional medicine doctor at DoctorOnAMission.com. We are here to help serve, heal, bring about health and wellness in your life in any way we can serve you to live a long, healthy, vibrant life until your last breath. Not just kind of fading away, but being strong and vibrant right on through to the end, because that's the way we can.
Because we can.
Because we can.
Let's go.
So you can check us out at DoctorOnAMission.com or look us up on social media, follow us, and see what's happening on a daily basis. Who are these crazy people? And you'll find us let's look for the handle at Doctor on a Mission on social media. That's where we'll be. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll see you on the next MD and Chef Team Show. Love you.
We love you.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And now we get to finish.